Good day, RGV. Today on Valley por Vida, there's so much to break down. So let's go ahead and get started. Valley por Vida starts right now. Hi there, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm your host, Danielle Banda, and I'm super excited to start off today's show with some fun facts and an all-new movie. Fun facts about movies, so go ahead and check it out. Actor Denzel Washington directed a film starring none other than Michael B. Jordan, and this is a love story, so you'll definitely want to check him out in that. Now, we're also going to be breaking down the tragedy of Macbeth. We're talking power, politics, and ambition, and something that you won't want to miss, of course, if you're into those kind of classics. And that one's actually coming to Apple TV+. Of course, if you're into football, then American Underdog is a great one to check out too. It came out over the weekend and focuses on professional player Kurt Warner, his story, and of course all of his achievements. So as you can see, there's a lot to break down in today's Movies, Reels, Ratings, and Reviews segment.
The moment I met your mother, I knew she was the one.
He is not exactly my type.
In the second batch of new movies in theaters for the holiday break is the fourth film directed by Oscar winner Denzel Washington. It stars former sexiest man alive Michael B. Jordan and actress Shantae Adams. A Journal for Jordan is the true story of the unlikely meeting and romance of a New York Times editor. Despite obstacles, it's clear that they're soulmates, completely devoted to each other and ultimately their newborn son. But their love and their new life together has to be balanced with his devotion to his men, his duty, and his deployment to Iraq, where he keeps a journal intended for his little man in case anything happens to him. It's a touching story and a good alternative to the special effects paloozas dominating the multiplexes right now. It's a Dean's List B in theaters only. Also from Denzel Washington this week is his masterclass in acting in The Tragedy of Macbeth. The two-time Oscar winner is brilliant in this classic Shakespearean story of power, politics, and ambition, co-starring the equally brilliant Frances McDormand. Her real-life husband, Joel Coen of the Coen Brothers fame, directs this Dean's List A in select theaters and coming to Apple TV+.
And Kurt Warner, he's confident because he certainly has something to prove.
Also new for the holiday weekend is American Underdog, the well-known, well-told story of NFL great Kurt Warner. He remains the only undrafted player to be named an MVP, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame, and the Arena Football Hall of Fame. His career in life was one setback after another that he overcame with the help of his family, friends, faith, and his persistent wife, Brenda. It's a feel-good story with Shazam star Zachary Levi taking on the role of Warner. Anna Paquin plays his wife, and a standout here is Dennis Quaid as the legendary coach Dick Vermeil. It's a faith-based, inspiring story of conquering any obstacle that might come your way. A Dean's List B+ in theaters only. And continuing with Oscar-winning actors going behind the camera to direct is George Clooney's The Tender Bar. It stars Ben Affleck as a likable bartender in a Long Island bar set in the early 1970s, around which a quirky band of characters come in and out, chugging beers and telling tales about their crazy lives. Affleck and his clientele are charming. It's a little like the TV show Cheers, but without the constant one-liners. I'm not really sure that I got much more out of this than a really nice story. I give it a Dean's List B-. It's in theaters now and coming to Amazon Prime on January 7th.
There you go. We hope you're able to catch some of these flicks on your big screen or, of course, at home sometime soon if you haven't already. Now, of course, be sure to visit to stay with our team every weekday for more on what's going on in the movie scene so that you don't miss a thing. It's always nice to kick off your weekends, especially with fun, action-packed adventure and just escape into great films like that. And speaking of kicking, our team actually had the chance to drop by a martial arts gym in Brownsville. Now, we learned all about what martial arts actually consists of and why it's good for you to learn or just try out. And of course, how those in our local community are even competing. They're called a Kuk Sul Wan, and you can go ahead and check them out in today's all-new Get Fit RGV segment.
Hi, I'm Master Raul Sosa from Kuk Sul Wan Martial Arts Center. We're located at 1601 East Alton Glory, Brownsville, Texas. Well, we started our martial arts program school in October 1994, many years ago, obviously. We have children coming in of all ages, actually 4 and up. And we have family members coming in together. We have family classes. We have character development class for children, teens, and adults. Well, all aspects of martial arts basically a self-defense in the programs, but we really instill the character development with our children through patience, perseverance, practice. We work on their character development skills, leadership skills, sportsmanlike conduct. We do have a self-defense great program. Taekwondo, karate, they're all very good martial arts, but our martial art entails more about 31 arts in Korea, so it's very traditional. So we have the traditional bowing, we have the salutes, we also teach the Korean terminology as well in our program. So it's not just a kicking and punching school, it's a wide variety of things they'll learn, from weapons training to anti-bullying to self-defense to the character development. And basically we try to bond families together, because we also have a family class that work together with little kids and the adults together to have that family bond that they don't get during the regular hours of home, from work to school to dinner and going to bed. So they have a good 45 minutes to an hour practice together, which they bond together, they learn together, and learn to appreciate one another as well. I think martial arts has the most benefits of any other sport or activity. You know, it has the patience, the perseverance, character development part of it, the sportsmanlike conduct, teamwork, goal setting, which is the most important one as well, and giving the confidence to be able to defend themselves if they ever have to in a situation. Good, right now we're having a free week program. So you come twice a week in the free week and you try out the classes with no obligation, see if you like our program, see we mesh together in personalities, see if you like our teaching styles and what your child or yourself will be learning, and then we sit down and discuss all the program rates that we have as well.
Wow, I don't think I have the talent to do what they do, but it's always fun to try, right? I mean, there's just so much that goes into martial arts, and that's got us wondering, how much do you really know about the art of the sport or the history of it? Let's go ahead and find out in today's Fun Facts segment. All right, so according to TSK.com, there are many more levels in martial arts training than just a white belt or a black belt. Apparently, there's an expert for expertise, starting at white for beginners, moving on up from orange, green, blue, and purple to brown, red, and finally black. So many steps. And we've all heard the term karate, right? Well, it's actually a combination of 2 words. There's kara, which means empty, and te, which refers to the hand. So when you put them all together, the deeper definition of the word karate rather, it refers to self-defense fighting with no weapons. And studying or engaging in martial arts is actually shown to greatly improve the lives of children with ADHD. See, according to the site, research shows that kiddos who have a bit of hard time focusing usually have built up energy inside, and learning to channel those qualities in the art of the sport can actually help. And according to the factrepublic.com, there's a reason that we have different colored belts in martial arts to begin with. And I didn't know this, so listen up. Apparently during World War II, dyeing belts was cheaper than completely, just getting new ones back then. So that's where the whole idea of going from lighter to darker belts was initially birthed. It's pretty interesting. And our final fun fact of the day, did you know that according to the site, Sylvester Stallone wanted to make every scene real in his making of the Rocky movies? So he went ahead and asked Ernie Shavers, who was known as the hardest puncher in boxing, to punch him for real and not just act it out. That way it just can be carried through fully on screen. Well, it turns out that Ernie did just that, and after one punch, Stallone vomited. It's actually a really interesting story. Actors go all the way in when they really love what they're doing. All right, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and then we're going to give you a local weather update. But please don't go anywhere, because Valley Por Vida is going to be right back, and we're going to be diving into the kitchen for some tips on how to make healthy Mediterranean food in the Upper Valley. It's vegan, it's good, and it's nourishing to the body. We'll also break down 2 new destination education segments, and of course, I'll show you a picture that I posted recently on Facebook from my New Year's travel adventures. Maybe I saw snow, maybe I didn't. You'll have to stick around for that in our social media shout out of the day. We've got all that and so much more after the break.